Hi guys, how are you? This is Moralana and I'm going to do Earth Day yoga with you today because today is April the 22nd and it's Earth Day. So the first thing I'm going to show you, we're going to pretend that this is the sun because the Earth goes around the sun. Do you remember that song that we sing about the Earth going around the sun? So this is planet Earth with all the continents and a lot of ocean. All the blue is the ocean. Can you sing with me? The Earth goes around the sun. The Earth goes around the sun. The Earth goes around, around, around. The Earth goes around the sun. And we, because the sun is so important, we are going to do salute to the sun. So I'm going to put these carefully out of the way. I want you to stand up with me on your mat. Are you ready? We are going to do the first part that goes a big sunshine. And then you put your hands together and go all the way down to your toes. I'm going to turn around so you can see this. Put one hand on one side of your foot and one on the other and do a big giant step back. Okay? And then we bend your one knee, bend your other knee to make a table and bend your arms in and stretch out your legs behind you and stretch forward and look up at the sun. As if you're looking up to the sun, stretching your back out carefully. Then we go back and tuck your legs under to make a table and tuck your toes under, and we're going to go back into downward dog. Spread your fingertips out so you have a nice flat surface under your hands and push up and back. You may have to bend your knees a little bit, that's okay, and a nice flat back and relax your head. Push back. Okay. Very nice. And back into table. And step one foot forward, the other foot forward, and back up. Let's try that one more time. Salute the sun, going a little bit quicker this time. Stretch up and make a big sunshine. Down between your legs. One hand on the one side of your foot, one on the other. A giant step back. And then bend your one leg and your other leg, make a table. Bend your arms in, keeping your elbows close to your body, and stretch your one leg back, your other leg back, stretch forward and up onto your elbows, look up at the sun, then go back onto your high knees to make a table, and tuck your toes under, and go back into downward dog. And then walk your feet in, your hands, and stand back up. That is called salute to the sun. Now, getting back to our Earth, we're going to talk about the different continents. Let's see what we have here. This is the biggest continent of all. Do you remember what this one is called? That's right. This one is called Asia. And where do we live? We all live in North America. That's this one over here. North America is big, but it's not quite as big as Asia. Asia is the biggest continent of all. And over here we have South America. You see South America comes to a narrow point at the end, and it's got a wide top. Looks a little bit like an ice cream cone, doesn't it? There's the ice cream, and this part's the cone. Remember that when you do the South America pose. And this is Europe. Europe is much smaller than Asia. And Europe touches Asia. That's Europe. And over here we have, remember this one? This is Africa. I used to live in Africa, right at the bottom over here. Africa has a big bulge on the one side, and it comes to a little point almost at the bottom, and it's got a little part sticking out here, right near to Egypt is at the top here. This is part of Africa. We'll do the Africa pose soon. And this is Asia, the very big one, biggest continent. And then over here we have Australia. That's Australia. And if I lift the globe up very carefully, and we look over here, I'll tilt it a bit. The one underneath, that is white. You know why that's white? Yep, that's covered in ice. That's Antarctica. So we'll sing our song now. Can you sing with me? North America, South America, Europe, Africa and Asia. What about Australia? Don't forget Antarctica. North America, South America, Europe, Africa and Asia. Okay, we're going to do some of those poses now. So remember what they look like. You ready to do it with me? Okay, so when we talk about North America, we stretch our legs out like this and stretch our hands up high. This is North America. And South America has a point at the bottom. Looks a little bit like an ice cream cone. South America. And this is Europe, a little bit smaller. Europe. And Africa, we keep our feet together. We do a bulge at the side, lean over, and put your hand on your hip. Africa. And Asia, the very big continent, we jump our feet out and spread your arms out and all your fingertips spread out. This is Asia. And we still have Australia. Australia is much smaller than Asia. This is Australia. And Antarctica, which is right at the bottom. We'll line our backs like this to do Antarctica. And do you know that there are animals on each of those continents? So on North America, we have lots of different animals. We're going to do the moose. So jump your legs out, lean forward, and let's see your moose. Moose head with your antlers. Can you make a moose? No, that is in North America. In South America, feet together, hands up. In South America, there are a lot of animals and there are a lot of rainforests with really beautiful birds. We're going to do a bird called a toucan. So you hold it on the side, stretch your one hand out, your other hand really, really straight, and you do the toucan snap. Because toucans like to eat little berries which they catch at the edge of their beak. Toucan from South America. Now in Europe, this is the Europe pose, there are also lots of animals, and the one that we're going to do from Europe is the grey wolf. Now wolf is part of the dog family. Do you remember the dog pose? Let's see, start with in table, spread your fingers wide, push them right down into the ground with straight arms, tuck your toes under, and we'll do downward dog. The dog pose, push all the way back, away from your hands and let your head relax. This is what we're going to call the grey wolf pose from Europe. And sometimes the wolf makes a sound when they look up at the moon. So go back into table and we're going to do a howl. You ready? Woo! Can you make a sound like that? Woo! Okay, now the next one we're going to do, we're going to go to the continent of Africa. So feet together, make a bulge, lean over to the side and put your other hand on your hip. This is Africa. And in Africa we have lots of animals like monkeys. And what is that really tall animal that lives in Africa? I'll give you a clue. It has a really long neck. It's the giraffe. Feet like mine, both facing forward, toes facing forward. a little tail at the back, and a long neck. This is your giraffe. Oops, that's the giraffe pose. And the other big animal that lives in Africa, it has a long trunk. You got it. We're going to do the elephant pose. Feet open wide, hands out wide, and we lean over and touch our toes. I'll do it to the side. Okay, and see if you can walk like an elephant. You could trumpet like an elephant too. You ready? Toot, toot. And touch your toes again. Walk like an elephant. Now the next continent that we're going to do is in Asia. Remember Asia? The really biggest continent of all. Jump your feet out, jump your hands out, your arms out, spread your fingers as wide as they can go. In Asia, they have an animal called a snow leopard. And the snow leopard is kind of part of the cat family. So you see, if you remember the cat pose, make your body like a table, spread your hands out wide and flat into the mat. Tuck your toes under, and we'll first do a happy snow leopard. So tuck your bottom, stick your bottom out, lift your head up. See if you can look your eyes up to the top of, high up. That is happy cat or happy snow leopard. And then something happens and frightens the snow leopard. So he looks down and sucks his back up as high as it can go, arching your back. See that? And then he feels relaxed again and make happy snow leopard. Tuck your bottom out, look up, shake your head. That's happy snow leopard. Now the snow leopard is going to pounce, so we're going to change this pose just a little. Watch carefully. I'm going to just stretch my one leg out behind me and tuck your toes, tuck both toes under, and if you can, lift up as if you're ready to pounce or run very quickly like a snow leopard. Okay, so which continent do we still need to do? We've still got Australia. Remember Australia? Let's make the Australia pose. Australia is quite small, so creep all the way down like that. This is Australia, and in Australia they have a lot of interesting animals, and one of them jumps really, really high and very fast. I'll give you a clue, a kangaroo. So you can put your feet together, bend your knees and get your front paws ready, and we'll do a kangaroo jumping hind. So you can jump it, or you can stretch high onto your tippy toes and see if you can balance, and back down. High onto your tippy toes and back down. That's the kangaroo pose. And what is the other continent that's white and covered in snow? That is Antarctica, right at the bottom of our world, the bottom of planet Earth. This is Antarctica. And in Antarctica, there's a bird that is called a penguin. And we'll do the penguin walk. So feet together, hands out at your side, and we'll do a penguin walk. And a penguin walk back. You do the penguin walk. Penguins love it in Antarctica. The perfect place for them to swim and dive. So thank you, friends, for doing Earth Day yoga with me. And now we're going to sit down, crisscross, and we'll do a little bit of breathing before we finish up. So whenever you're feeling really afraid or upset or very, very excited and you need to calm down, a good thing to remember is calm breathing. And this is how you do it. You close your lips and you're going to take a deep breath through your nose. And you can open your mouth and let out the air. Did you hear that? Let's try it again. Close your lips and breathe through your nostrils. Let me see if I can hear you. Breathe out. Excellent. And one more time. Breathe in through your nostrils and out through your mouth. That was wonderful, my friends. So now I want you to remember all the animals in all the continents and all over our world and how we share the continent together. So we need to take good care of our Earth, our planet Earth, by remembering never to litter, never throw your papers on the ground, always take good care of the animals, and love all the people around you. So we're going to make a heart like this for planet Earth. Thank you for doing yoga with me, my friends. Put your hands together at heart center, and we're going to say together, Namaste, peace, Shalom. See you next time. Bye.